What's up everyone? Ever since the Black Ops 2 PlayStation 4 came out, I've been having an absolute blast jumping back into one of my favorite Call of Duty games ever. It's honestly crazy how well this game still holds up over a decade later. The gunplay feels amazing, the maps are incredible, and every time I hop on, I end up playing way longer than I planned. Playing again got me thinking, imagine if we actually got a full Black Ops 2 remaster with crossplay, modern servers, anti-cheat, and a huge player base. Then another thought hit me. What if Treyarch didn't stop there? What if Black Ops 2 got one more DLC? Today, I'm going to build my dream DLC pack from multiplayer maps and zombies all the way to new weapons, camos, score streaks, and even a few quality of life updates that I think would make Black Ops 2 even better. Let's get into it. Let's start with multiplayer because this is where Black Ops 2 has always been king. One of the biggest reasons this game is still loved today is because of the maps. Raid, Standoff, Hijacked, Slums, Express, Grind. It's hard to find another Call of Duty with this many iconic multiplayer maps. So if Treyarch gave us one final DLC, I'd love to see 5 to 10 brand new multiplayer maps that stick to the same design philosophy as Black Ops 2. No confusing layouts, no giant empty spaces, and no maps that force one playstyle. Just balanced, 3-lane maps that allow SMGs, assault rifles, snipers, and LMGs to all have their place. I'd also love to see them bring back WMD from Black Ops 1. I think WMD would fit perfectly in Black Ops 2. The long sightlines would be great for snipers and assault rifles, while the warehouse and middle sections would create plenty of close range fights for SMG players. I mean, it already played great back in Black Ops 1, and then seeing it rebuilt with Black Ops 2's graphics and gameplay, would just make it feel like a brand new map all over again. The biggest thing here though is that I wouldn't want Treyarch trying to reinvent the wheel. Black Ops 2 proved that simple map design works, they just need to give us more maps that capture that same feeling. Now, let's talk about zombies. This is where Treyarch could really make this final DLC special. Instead of trying to completely change what made Black Ops 2 zombies just so great, I'd want them to build on the foundation that was already there. The biggest thing that I'd want is 1 or 2 brand new zombie maps that continue the story and feel like they actually belong alongside Mob of the Dead, Buried, and Origins. Black Ops 2 already had one of the strongest zombies lineups in Call of Duty history, so adding just one more memorable experience would make that lineup just even stronger. Of course, every new zombies map would need its own wonder weapon. That's one of the things that makes every Treyarch zombies map just so memorable. Every time a new map is released, everyone wanted to figure out how to unlock the wonder weapon and see what made it unique. A new DLC should give players that same feeling all over again. I'd also want each map to have a full Easter egg quest, hidden side quests, and a challenging boss fight. One of the best parts about a new zombies map is watching the community spend literally hours and sometimes days working together to solve every secret. Those moments are some of the most exciting in zombies history. Another feature I'd add is new zombies exclusive weapon camos that you can unlock by completing difficult in-game challenges. Maybe surviving to high grounds, completing the main Easter egg, or finishing special objectives rewards you with animated camos that can also be equipped in multiplayer. It would give players another reason to just keep coming back after they've completed the map. I'd also love to see new weapons added to the zombies mode alongside multiplayer. Part of the fun of every DLC was taking the new guns into the mystery box or pack-a-punch machine to see how they performed and what their upgraded version could do. At the end of the day, I don't think Treyarch would need to overcomplicate it. Give us 1 or 2 incredible maps, an unforgettable wonder weapon, and another amazing Easter egg to solve with friends, and a few new weapons to experiment with. That's more than enough to keep the zombies community playing for months. Of course, every DLC needs new weapons, and I think the best way to do it would be by bringing back some fan favorites from older Black Ops and World at War games. Now, the first weapon that has to come back is the FAMAS from Black Ops. It's one of the most iconic assault rifles in Call of Duty history, and I think it would just fit perfectly into Black Ops 2. It was accurate, it had a great fire rate, and it was just an incredibly fun weapon to use overall. I'd also love to see the Commando return. It was one of the easiest assault rifles to use because of its low recoil and versatility. This thing could compete at almost any range, honestly, and I think it would fit naturally into Black Ops 2's weapon balance. Now, for SMGs, I'd bring back the PPSH-41. It's one of the most recognizable weapons in Call of Duty, and I think players would have a blast using it again in multiplayer and zombies. Another weapon I'd love to see return is the L96A1. It's still one of the smoothest and most satisfying sniper rifles ever made, and it would give snipers another great option alongside the Ballista and DSR-50. I don't think this DLC needs a huge list of new weapons. I mean, 4 or 5 classic fan favorites would honestly be enough to freshen up the game without changing what made Black Ops 2 just so special. It would give players more variety while still feeling like the same Black Ops 2 we all remember. Another thing I'd love to see in this DLC is a huge expansion of camos and customization. One of my favorite parts about older Call of Duty games was unlocking cool cosmetic items by actually playing the game instead of buying them. I think this DLC should bring back that same feeling. First, I'd want a bunch of new DLC camos. Black Ops 2 already had some awesome camos like Party Rock, Benjamin's, Graffiti, Kawaii, Cyborg, and Dragon. I'd love to see another collection of animated and colorful camos that match the style of Black Ops 2. The best part is that they'd still keep that classic Black Ops 2 look instead of, going over the top. I'd also love to see new calling cards added with hundreds of new challenges to unlock them. One of the best feelings in older Call of Duty games was seeing a rare calling card and knowing that player had to earn it. Whether it's, getting nukes, high kill streaks, weapon mastery, zombies challenges, or completing difficult multiplayer objectives, there should always be something new to grind for. It would also be cool to add another set of prestige challenges that unlock exclusive calling cards, emblems, and camos as you level up. That way, even players who already have reached Master Prestige would have a reason to keep playing. I think that's something newer Call of Duty games just have been missing. Players are more motivated to play when there are actual meaningful rewards waiting for them. Giving us more camos and more calling cards to earn would keep the community grinding for months without changing the gameplay that made Black Ops 2 so great. Since this would be a remaster, there are a lot of improvements Treyarch could make without changing what made Black Ops 2 so special. First, full cross-platform support. Whether you're on Xbox, PlayStation, or PC, everyone should be able to play together. Black Ops 2 deserves one massive player base instead of splitting everyone across different platforms. Next, they absolutely need dedicated anti-cheat. One of the biggest problems with going back to older Call of Duty games is running into hackers and modded lobbies. A remaster should have modern anti-cheat from day one so that players can actually enjoy public matches again. I'd also add 120 FPS support, higher resolution textures, better lighting, and improved audio while keeping the original look and feel of the game. Make it prettier, but don't change the identity that everyone fell in love with. Another feature I'd love is a combat record overhaul. Black Ops 2 already had one of the best stat trackers in the series, but imagine expanding it even more. Let players see their most used weapons, favorite maps, highest kill streaks, win percentages on every game mode, heat maps showing where they get the most kills, and even lifetime medals earned. People love tracking their progress, and this would just give them another reason to keep grinding. I'd also bring back weekly community challenges where the entire player base works together to unlock rewards. Maybe everyone has to get 100 million kills in 1 week to unlock an exclusive animated camo or a calling card. It just gives players a reason to keep logging in even after they've hit Master Prestige. Finally, I'd add seasonal ranked play rewards without changing how normal multiplayer works. Casual players can still enjoy public matches while competitive players have something to grind for. Exclusive weapon camos, calling cards, prestige icons, and emblems would make reaching the higher ranks just feel rewarding without locking actual weapons behind ranked mode. The key is keeping everything that made Black Ops 2 great while adding modern features that improve the experience instead of actually replacing it. That's exactly what a remaster should do. The crazy thing is, Black Ops 2 is already one of the greatest Call of Duty games ever made. It doesn't need flashy movement, it doesn't need 100 attachments, it doesn't need 30 different menus. It just needs more of what already made it great. If Treyarch ever remastered this game and gave us one final DLC like this, I genuinely think it would become one of the biggest Call of Duty releases ever. Now, I want to hear from you guys. If you could design one final Black Ops 2 DLC, what maps, weapons, zombies ideas, or features would you add? Leave your dream DLC in the comments below. If you enjoyed the video, make sure to like, subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next one.